you might have seen in my last video, I used this paper as a backing, and it was actually the paper that I wrapped my grandson's birthday present up in. Now what I've started doing is not buying wrapping paper, I wrap it up in brown paper for them so that they give it me back. So what I wanted to do today is make sort of like a masterboard. But just show you how I do it, because what I do then, like with this old wrapping paper, you can see it's quite big. But what you can do is then use these as pages, because people say to me, well, where do you get your pages from? But I just use old paper like this, Amazon paper, and book pages and whatever. So what do I use? Right, so let's have a look. I pulled all this together. So there's old wrapping from a chocolate bar. There's bits of old doily that I've seen better days. There's packing labels that come with parcels that come. There's an old utility bill that I've cut up. And then in a magazine I saw there was this, and just show you what you can do along with stamping, adding other bits and pieces as well. And you don't want to be too precious with it all. You just want to cut them up into bite-sized pieces, and then you can start sticking them on. So let's just cut up a few pieces here. That bit was stuck down from the previous project, so that'll be our starting point, I guess. They were really old advertisements from a 30-year-old book. Crafting book. And what you want to try and do is not have everything the same together. So, and what you're trying to do is, this paper is really flimsy. It's just normal sort of thickness brown paper. It's not anything special. So what you're trying to do is give it a little bit of oomph, so that when you use it in your journals, you've got one side of the paper will be blank, and that's perfectly fine. And you can decorate that as you're going through and making your journal. And then the other side of the paper will have all this interesting stuff on. And what you do is you will cut it up and make pages, all different sizes or whatever. So these are just like the bases of your pages, so that you end up with different things on it. You can sew over it, you can stamp over it, paint over it, whatever you like. So we're just going to keep working through that with lace and bits of fabric, whatever you want basically. And you can see you're going to get this eclectic sort of mix of different papers, fabric, colours, parts of a book. You know, you can rip out pages that take your fancy in a poetry book. That's where this came from. And you can see it's old. You can see the patina on the paper. But you do want to use a Mod Podge or a matte medium of some kind, because a glue stick just won't do it. Well, you'll notice I'm back and a bit further along, because what was happening was I was merrily gluing along and I didn't realise that my camera battery had run out. So anyway, you can see that I've carried on a little way along from where I was when the filming stopped. So I'm just going to carry on doing what I'm doing, and then we'll show you how we use it to make pages. All right. Turn it around again. And you'll see there's a little bit of this sort of missing here, so I'm going to try and straighten it up as I go along. Just take this little bit of sticky tape off. Managed to not rip a hole in it, that's good. You see that corner there? There we go. Or some masking tape might be better, just so it holds it together whilst I collage, and then I haven't got to keep worrying about it coming apart and what I'm doing. So we'll just roughly put it together like that. Rough line going down the side here, and I'm going over that tape now as well, so all this will be collaged in and you won't see it. And it's a great way to use up all wrapping paper or brown paper or anything that you want to use up. It's a great way to do it. What's this? I've got a little spot there, look, that needs something, otherwise it's just the brown paper. So let's find a little slither of something to put across there. Just like that. There we go. Plenty of glue on there. I actually think there's 2 pages there. Yeah, there is. That's why it's not sticking down. Beautiful. Alright, we're down to our last corner here. Let's see if I can show you a little bit better here. Yeah, this is the last corner. And then I'm going to take it right back and show you the whole thing. And, you know, I hope it sparks some creativity in you and you think, yeah, right, I know what I can do with all my bits and pieces. Alright, so you can see we've only got this tiny little bit left now. We're right back to the beginning where we started. So let's get this finished, and then I'll take the camera up so that you can see, well, you'll see my desk with all the bits on it as well, but you'll also see this whole finished sheet and how cool it looks. Okay, I can't get my camera up high enough, so I'm just going to have to move it around. I'm actually standing behind my desk now, but you can see that it's all completed. I'm going to try and take my camera up higher. Hang on. I might just have to. It seems to be all moving around. I'm so sorry. Alright, I'm going to take it off and do it manually. From way up here, you can see the messy desk as well, but you can see the whole sheet now it's done. So let me go down closer. So it just gives this whole eclectic, great big sheet that we can now use for pages. We can make tags out of it, all sorts of things. Alright, so I'm going to show you what I do with the next step. Okay, so this is the next step. You'll probably need some pens, something like this. I particularly like these ones, which are the Primrosea. So you'll need something like that. You'll need some inks. Now I've got a lot of green and blue going on here, so probably going to use the black and the blue. You won't need a glue stick anymore. You'll need some stamps. So I'm primarily going to stick with music, lines, and postage, and probably the script ones because I really like them. They're just from Kaiser in Australia, clear stamps. Alright, so now let's bring you down closer and we'll do a little bit of stamping and stuff, and then I'll let you see the end one. I'll take the camera off and somehow show you the full page, and then I'm going to cut it up ready for journals. And you've seen the project right through from beginning to end, which is quite interesting to do. And the pages just are so eclectic when you're finished. I just love the way they look. Anyway, like the rest of the process, it's random. So don't think too much about it unless you particularly want something in a certain spot that is quite sort of blank there. You would maybe stick your stamp there. And what it does, it helps to tie all of your bits of collage in together. Take it off like that. And then you might do another bit over here in a different angle, and you might not re-ink it because that gives a whole different look again. I'm going to show you now. I'll take the camera off and do a close-up for you, but I'll show you it again and how it's all sort of tied in together with all the inking that I've done. And now I will cut it into page sizes. So I normally work with half an A4 size. So I'm going to get an A4 size piece of paper up and I'm going to measure it so that I get as many pages as I can out of it. And then I'll show you that once you've got it in your journal, if you're still not happy with how it looks or whatever, you can still gesso over the top of it, you can paint over the top of it, and you'll always have this in the background, which looks really good. All right, now we're going to add some pen marks as well as the ink that we've already got. So I'm thinking this colour here is pretty good. Look at that. Now these ones here, you can either just squiggle with them. So see the lace here? We can change the colour of the lace, just the flower in it. Like this. And we can just do one flower if you like. Like that. You see that? Might do the other flower here. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to take you right back so that you can see the full thing finished. So let me just stand up and see how it's all sort of tying in. So I'll take you back up here. I'm hoping that you can see the whole thing. I don't think I can get up any taller. I'm not that tall. But there, you can see how all the colours are tying in. Alright, next step. Get a piece of your A4 paper, which is this one here. And you just want to measure. So you want to make sure that, don't put it this way if you could have got more pages going that way. So I've already done that off camera and I can get like this, 2 pages in length. So I can get 2 pages here in length and I can get 3 going that way. So let me just cut those up, or mark them at least, and then I'm going to cut them. So remembering that the edge of our pages when we did this are a little bit rough, so don't worry about that. That all adds to the junk journal look. So you just want to mark them roughly here. And you want to mark it roughly here, so you know where to cut, and then mark the next one. You could mark it there, that will help you when you're cutting. And here, and here, and you won't even see those marks, and as you can see, that's another one there. Alright, and then this will be like that, and like that, and like that. There. You can see you're going to get 2 pages. So out of this we're going to get 6 pages, which is awesome. So let's cut them up. Alright, so here's a journal I've got ready. Well, it's in the early stages, but what I'm going to show you is just like if I took one of the pages and put it over the top, you can see the inside. You could add anything in there, so you could use this on the inside of a cover or something like that. So you just put your journal inside one of these pages and that's it. So it ends up looking very eclectic. You could paint over the top of that or gesso, and then inside you do whatever you like. So it's just a really nice addition to any journal that you might have, and any of those pages will fit. So yeah, it ends up just a really interesting piece to add to your journals, really unique. I'm really loving those little flowers down the side. So yeah, give it a go. Let me know in the comments if any of you have done the same thing and how it turned out. I'm really happy with how these turned out. So I ended up with 6 pages. You can see that they're not all even, but that's the nature of junk journaling, really, isn't it? Nothing's ever the same. No two are the same. But yeah, these turned out really well. Just every page is different. I'm loving the blue though. That looks really nice, especially with the little flowers. Yeah, they look really cute. You can see the last one is quite a bit smaller, but anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? Okay, see you next week. Bye bye.